Welcome to Sativa Cross's Green on the Green, sponsored by cmmmnj.org and South Philly Normal. Want to introduce our special guest, say a quick word for you. He fought the system, beat the system twice. They tried to ruin this man in Trenton, but they failed. And he's having a huge party tomorrow in Trenton. We're going to follow George Washington's footsteps from Morristown down to Trenton tomorrow. And New Jersey Weed Man, you got a couple of things to say? Here you go, buddy.
Hello, everybody. Thanks, Lefty. This is amazing. To me, I got arrested first time for weed in 1997. And I could not imagine in 1997 being able to sit back in the center of a county capital, which is Morristown, and smoke weed. Whether it's medical or not, times have changed, you know? Legalization is coming. I think there's a few different arguments here as to how it should be done, but the fact of the matter is it's coming. So I'm on board with that. And again, 20 years ago, couldn't imagine doing this. This is great that Lefty can have a party like this. We all have something to celebrate, too. Everybody does. Because the Attorney General issued a directive, no more prosecutions. You know, that's something to celebrate. And to be honest with you, that's all I've really argued for. Stop prosecuting people. Stop arresting people for weed, marijuana, ganja, cannabis, all the other names, gauge. How many other names? Yell out a couple of names. I can't even know. I don't even know all the names.
Lamb's bread, Decali.
Mary Jane.
Mary Jane.
Hookah.
Hookah. Chiba. I had a dog named Chiba because I named her after weed. There's so many names for weed. Herb. Everything. Would you say? Black ganja.
The Buddha.
As long as they're not calling it the weed of the witches anymore, the gateway drug, you know, as long as those things aren't being called anymore, I'm happy because most people are intelligent enough to know that they were all lies. They were all lies for a political agenda of locking people up, targeting people, ensuring certain products, hemp products were made, paper products were made. I mean, there's a whole bunch of reasons why marijuana was made illegal. Even that name, calling it marijuana, was a way of denigrating it. So cannabis. I can never say cannabis, though. I'm one of these people. I can't help it. I keep saying marijuana. Are you one of those people that keep saying marijuana even though you know it? I am. Who all says it? Who all calls it, you two, pot? Who calls it cannabis? Everybody should be raising their hands with that one. Who calls it cannabis from now on? All right. You people over there listening, who calls it cannabis? There you go. Call it cannabis from now on. That's another way of taking it back. All right. I think half the people here should know that I just did 16 months in jail for nothing. It was all targeted about shutting me up, if you ask me. Because I've been saying these things about legalizing cannabis for 20 years. I've been giving a finger to the system for 20 years. All since that day, November 24th, 1997, when I got busted for conspiracy to possess marijuana. I actually didn't even have any marijuana. But that day, like, ruined my life in one way and created a new life in another way. Because the path that I was on got ruined by my arrest. Like it happens to most people. Most people, when you get arrested, it kind of ruins your life. Maybe not that day, but maybe 3 months from now, 6 months from now, a year from now, you go fill out a job application and says, have you ever been arrested? Oh, shoot. Yep. Do you have a record? Yep. And they go, do you really want a job? You're like, yep. And then they don't give it to you because you're, because you have, a drug arrest. And it all says CDS. So they don't even really know what it is. Even though nowadays companies, have you ever noticed you're reading the newspaper, the help wanted ads, or they don't even have newspapers anymore. It's 2018. Anyway, not like they used to. Everybody got the papers before. You got the paper and you read the help wanted. Now you go online and look for jobs. I haven't looked at a help wanted in a long time. But anyway, what I was getting at was when you're looking at the help wanted ads now, it will say things like we drug test except for marijuana in parentheses, or potheads are welcome. Some places actually say that these tech companies, they encourage people to smoke weed. They know it encourages certain type of thinking, creativity. But anyway, my 16 months was targeted at me really because of the things that I said, things that everyone here says, legalize marijuana. I've been talking publicly about legalizing marijuana for a long time. That arrest in 1997, I came out of the Belmar jail with this whole idea that, like, I'm going to fight this and I'm going to do it as public as possible. That's when I first created this idea that I'm going to be New Jersey weed man, and like really just boom. Within 3 months of that arrest, I formed the Legalized Marijuana Party. Was running for Congress down in Camden County in the 1st District, and haven't looked back since. I've taken a couple lumps for fighting the government fights back. Trust me. When you poke the government smashes you back. That's what just happened to me. I was poking them. I was poking the prosecutor, saying things to the prosecutor, putting things online, and bam, next thing I know, I'm arrested for witness tampering, which is really ridiculous because you all have a right to face your accuser. And what I did was out my rat. And that's what I called him throughout my proceedings, rat. I don't like calling him a confidential informant. He's a rat. And the old saying about snitches, man, I believe it, but I would never say it here. I would never say it, but I don't know. It's wrong. It's wrong to tell the government that this guy is using a plant. This guy is sharing his plants with other people. This guy's a capitalist and happens to, use the plant to help him in his capitalism. However you want to call it. Everyone can twist anything anyway. To me, it's always been good. And for a rat to tell the police, the government, on you for smoking weed, passing weed, sharing weed, he's a rat. And I did put all that on the line. And that's my First Amendment right, freedom of expression, freedom of speech, whatever. But the government arrested me for that. I filed a lawsuit and named him in the lawsuit. I got arrested for that. I called the prosecutor names. I got arrested for that. These are all the reasons I think I got arrested. And I wouldn't close my restaurant at 11 o'clock. The police had this stupid rule. I don't know. You guys got to follow that. Go to the hashtag no chicken wings after 11 p.m. That's cool. Yeah, but go to that hashtag no chicken wings after 11 p.m. and you can follow the whole story. Even if we got busted right now, we wouldn't get prosecuted. That's something to celebrate. And in my entire lifetime, this has just happened 2 weeks ago. And it's something I've publicly argued for 20 years. So I actually feel like, wow, New Jersey legalized marijuana. Even though it's not quite legal, we all know that. But just the fact that right now you cannot be prosecuted, or you won't be prosecuted for it. I mean, that's huge. That's the biggest step ever in my entire life as far as marijuana. Yeah, it's huge, man. It's like huge. And again, something I couldn't have thought of in 1997 when I was handcuffed in Belmar, sitting in that cage, talking about my life's getting ready to be ruined because I got busted with a whole bunch of weed. It was 40 pounds, actually. But, whatever. It was a few people had chipped in for that. And whatever. Listen, the black market exists. It exists. Everybody has been, until the last few years, every single body here got their weed through the black market. And I think legalization should come by legalizing the black market. I don't think they should be creating these new special people that can sell marijuana. They're protected by the government. They have a sanctioned monopoly. I don't know, man. I have that feeling that they're carpetbaggers coming in. They're cannabaggers, you know. And that's how I feel. I know there's a lot of medical marijuana patients here, and they're going to go to the ATCs. I totally get it. I understand it. I don't knock you for it. But I wish, as legalization comes, that they make it where anybody who wants to sell weed, grow weed in their backyard, so be it. So what? Treat it like a tomato. I think eventually one day we are going to get there, you know. But right now, I'm going to resist that aspect of it as far as the